Huge revelation, everybody. In Romans 4, it talks about the reward being reckoned of grace or of debt. And it says, to him that works is the reward not reckoned of grace, but of debt. But to him that works not is the reward, or your faith is counted for righteousness, right? So I just realized an application of this that I've never thought of before. Are your words to people communicating debt or grace? When you talk to people, are you manipulating them? Are you expecting something in return? When you give to people, are you doing it for them so that they will recognize you or give you some kind of reward in return? When you are arguing with somebody and you're trying to get your point across, is it of debt? Are you trying to get them to see your perspective in a way that's like taking from them? Or is it giving them grace and freedom? You can think about this with everything, right? Jesus said things like, give and it will be given unto you. You'll notice in long-term relationships, it's almost like this unspoken debt that accrues. If one person is giving more than the other, they start to feel like the other person owes them everything and they owe them nothing because they've been giving everything, especially if one of the people is not giving. And you realize that the patterns in life are a lot like bank debt. Like a bank will loan you money, but for a price. They expect something in return. They want you to pay. So it's like, is your communication saying that when you talk to somebody? Are you trying to be seen when you talk? You know what I mean? It's like, are all your words heavy to people because you're only speaking in a debt ratio type of way where you want something in return? Or are you speaking with grace that actually gives them space and feels like you're giving? So if you just chew on that for a while, it'll really sink in, because there's just so much depth here and I keep thinking about it and it just keeps hitting me in so many different ways. Think about your language and how it's been in the past few days or past few weeks, especially with people that are close to you or people that you're offended by. That's a big one. Offense. Offense only works on you because of some kind of debt mindset, right? It's the same thing as the works of the law and all this stuff. It's like, it's all some kind of give and take and push-pull where you like are only doing things because you expect someone to do something back to you, instead of just giving from the infinite grace of God who gives freely even though you don't deserve it. And when you finally give up that need for a reward, you realize that the reward, if you're trying to seek a reward by works like that, in that perspective, it's always trying to accrue a debt. And so after a while, people will start to feel like you're just taking from them all the time. And they won't even realize that why they don't like talking to you. But it's because your communication is not coming from grace. It's coming from this like debt mindset where you're still trying to take from them. You're trying to take something from them. So just think about it. Think about your communication and what it's been saying. Are you stealing from someone? Are you trying to take something? Are you trying to get something in return for what you're saying? Are you manipulating them because you expect a certain response? Are you getting offended by them because they're not treating you the way you had hoped when you invested that specific behavior, compliment, whatever it is you're giving someone? Are you being offended by the response because you're too invested in the outcome? That's because you are thinking in a debt mindset. It's like a poverty chokehold on you because you don't feel like you have the abundance that comes from God's grace. So you're in this mindset of lack where you always need somebody to be giving you something when you talk or when you treat them a certain way. That's what offense is. You only get offended by that mindset. Otherwise, you would just be elated and you would be only invested in the present moment as God gives you breath and life and everything you possibly need through faith. Otherwise, you're always thinking about the outcome instead of the input. So just be present. Trust God with the input, what he's given you right now and the infinite grace and abundance that he has for you. And just give without worrying about it. And then it'll be given unto you, whether it's by God or by people, and that doesn't matter because that's not the reward. The reward you're looking for is by faith, not by debt. And that debt mindset is exhausting for you and for everyone around you. So drop it. And it makes people offended, and it offends you as well. So get rid of that offense through grace. The grace mindset, the abundance mindset. You have everything you need right now, right in front of you. And when you can see it that way with God, he gives you creativity. Because he is the creative spirit, right? He gives you peace. He gives you joy. He gives you the ability to see what's right in front of you and to be there and actually enjoy it and be resourceful. All right. Be blessed with that one. Like, comment, and subscribe.